Good morning and welcome. I'm out in the van and I've just packed a few things away for an overnight that I'm planning. I'm going to go exploring today and I'd like to invite you to come along with me. I'm going to go off on a ferry to a little island called Gabriola Island, and we'll be leaving from the city of Nanaimo. I have 3 areas that I want to explore today, and I think you're going to enjoy coming and seeing them. The first one is a beautiful area where the ocean and the wind have eroded the sandstone into beautiful sculptures. It's called the Malisa Gallery. Another area I'd like to see is the petroglyphs, which were made by First Nations people up to 3,000 years ago, which I've never seen. And then I want to go up to a park at the other end of the island and wander around where there is a Garry Oak meadow. So please join me as I go to board the ferry to Gabriola Island. Here we go. Another little ferry adventure. Okay, it's rather dark in here, but I don't think this ferry ride is very long. Well, I've never been here before, so we're going to investigate this place together. It's called Malisa Gallery. Oh, I hear a big ferry boat. There's always ships when you're near the ocean. I've just walked down through this little trail, and this is what I've come out to. These amazing overhangs from years and years of this sandstone being carved away by huge waves over and over and over again. Look at this beautiful little room. Isn't this perfect? Not in a storm. And on this side, we have even bigger, grander overhangs. I'm just going to go very carefully because I don't want to end up down there, understandably. So I'm just sticking over to the cliff side here. But this is the actual Malisa Galleries. This is it. I didn't see it from the top. You can only see it from the bottom. But look at this. And here's the overhang. Big overhang. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. I am in the cave, almost. I'm going to keep a good close watch on where my feet are. But look at this amazing rock formation. It's just spectacular. I'm going to stand over there and so you can see how big this is. Look at this. Amazing. Isn't that something? And look at this piece just hanging down. One day that's going to come off. But this is amazing. This is beautiful. And look at the floor. It's just as interesting. Everything about this is just beautiful. It's a giant lounge chair. Well, this was totally worth the trip to come over. If we saw nothing else today, this is absolutely amazing. on the island here, I want to show you where we are. We came into the ferry right in here, drove down Malaspina and came out to the galleries, which is here. Okay, so we've just been on this little section. Now what I want to do is I want to take this road, go all the way out to the end and up to this park, and then come back, or either stop here first or second, I'm not sure. This is where the petroglyphs are, evidently. And then this is a really nice park. So we've got a little drive, but that's how we're going to go. I think that's the plan, is this way, petroglyphs, the park, then back another way. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, change of plans. Somehow I must have driven right by the Petroglyph Heritage Park. So I'm up here at the end of South Road, and this is a provincial park I said we'd come to, and we're going to go for a little walk. Could do with one, so and some fresh air, so that's great. So we'll go and explore. Everything is really, really green here now. Everything is spring green. So it should be a nice walk along the hillside and above the beach. Well, look at this. More sandstone coming out. Not as magnificent as what we saw when we first got here this morning. But look at this view. It's really lovely. This area over here with these trees are Garry Oak trees, and they only grow in certain areas, and very often there are fields of camas flowers growing together with Garry Oak. I don't see any out yet. Okay, I want to show you this. See the little tiny purple? That's a camas. Now I don't know, and there are a few of them here. Not sure why they are so small. They're usually quite a bit bigger. Some more islands offshore, small ones. Look at these strange flat table-like areas in between the most interesting pieces of erosion. Absolutely flat. Nice and slippery though. Well, this is a beautiful place, isn't it? It is it's cool though. That's okay. We gotta tough it out. It's an example of nature's endless display of beauty, isn't it? The natural world. It's just amazing. Okay, I'm back in the car. So now I'm going to go back the way we came, a little ways. I met somebody on the trail actually, and I asked them about the Petroglyph Park, and they said that it's behind the church that I did pass, and it's poorly marked, but if you go into the back of the parking lot and you look in the bushes, you'll find a little sign. So let's go and try and do that. See you at the church. I'm at the church, and I see a sign, so it's looking hopeful. All right. Here we go. Gabriola Island petroglyphs. Okay, it says here that we are allowed to take photographs, because in some places you're not. Just be careful not to step on them. They are, petroglyphs are actually carved. They're not rock paintings, they're carved into the sandstone. So we're going to have a look. That person who's told me where to come said that we'll come to a clearing, and they're under, just around the moss and the grasses. So, well, I just met a gentleman on the trail walking his dog, and he very kindly offered to turn around and bring me back here to where we can see some of, and he pointed a few of the petroglyphs out to me. You know, you meet the nicest people just in the middle of nowhere. I know some people might be skeptical, but nonetheless, so I found there's one here. It's quite likely that under the moss that there's many, many more in this area. But they may just remain hidden. I think when you're on a vision quest, you see things very differently than you do normally. These spots, is my understanding, were sacred spots for the First Nations people in this area, and they would come here to do their visions, their vision quests, and find their spirit guides and places of magic and mystery and wonder and power, I think. Believed to have been carved approximately 3,000 or more years ago. And yeah, and just what it was all about, I don't know for sure. But it's still amazing, and it still needs to be a place that's respected. Well, this has been very, very interesting, and it's very, very quiet here. Doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. Okay, and here we are at the campsite. This is a beautiful backdrop to the campsite, and through there you can see the ocean. Little bridge. And oh my goodness, wouldn't that be fun to go out onto those rocks to explore if the tide was lower? But the tide is coming back in, so we're not going out there. But it looks great. And I was thinking about how much I've enjoyed this day. It's not sort of anything like a wild adventure, but to me it's been quite interesting because we had the ferry ride, so we went somewhere. And then we had the beauty of the sandstone sculptures. We had lovely beaches, and we had the mystery of those amazing petroglyphs, and we actually got to see some of them. So, and now we're at a campsite where we're the only ones in this whole campsite, and I made a reservation. But I did get the very best campsite, I think. So, there you go. So we'll be here for tonight. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to try and make a fire when we get back and see how it goes. But I don't know when I look over there. A few people have asked if I could give them a little quick look inside the van so they could see how it's set up. All right, here's an inside look at the Blue Lady. Pretty standard for a lot of these little vans. 2-burner propane stove, sink. We do have a microwave, which we can use if we're plugged in or run the generator, but I seldom ever do that. And then we've got a fridge. It's a 3-way fridge, so right now I've just put it on propane. One thing I say about this van is it's got lots and lots of storage space, lots of cupboards, which is sometimes lacking in newer ones. Plus there's bins down here under each seat, and we also store things under the sofa. This little table is a Laguna table, and it swings all around, and it can swing in between us here. So we've got we can sit here indoors if we need to with our feet up. We have the table between us. Works really well, so we just leave the sofa down. Now, as far as sleeping, tonight I will sleep this way because I'm not very tall and it's fine. But normally what we do is we put the table between the two benches and put the cushions on the table, and we have a very good size bed. It's at least a king size in width, but not quite in length. You look this way, it's pretty standard. We've got a clothes cupboard over here, another cupboard up here, and we do have a little bathroom. Yeah, these bathrooms are little, there's no doubt. Little fold-down sink, toilet, and you can have a shower in here if you rearrange things a bit, which we have done, and we've managed just fine. So you can see, really, it has everything we need. We love it, and we are very grateful to have it. She's 20 years old, but we've kept her in good condition and enjoy still keeping her up. So there you go, and that's where I'll be staying tonight. Okay, let's go for it. I don't know what the weather's going to do, but we'll try. We'll hope for the best. Got wood scraps from Bob's projects at home. Oh, it's going to go. It's going perfectly. So I have a question for you. How do you define solo camping? I'm by myself, but of course I have you along, but physically you're not here. I'm by myself in the van. I'm in a campsite, but there's nobody else here. When you think about solo camping, I usually think about like backcountry camping. But I wonder, what is solo camping? Why don't you send me your thoughts on that? I'm open to thoughts and ideas. How do we define things so we talk the same language? All right, that's your quiz for today. This is your basic 2-minute meal. Looks good. I think will taste great. And doesn't take any time at all. And there it is, folks. Probably way too much to eat, but I'm going to do my best with it because I'm pretty hungry tonight. I have no idea how I'm going to hold this together, but I'm going to try. All right. This is like some kind of mega hot sandwich. And it's going to be challenging. I'm going to work at this, and I'll get back to you. Well, that was a great dinner, and I must say I didn't quite finish it, but I did justice to that great plate of food. I'm just going to snuggle up inside the van now. I just don't feel like getting down. It's been a full day, and we've had a good day, a really good day. Got to see everything I hoped that we would, and I got to see new things that I hadn't seen before. So it was a really, really excellent day from my perspective. I hope you enjoyed it too. All right, well, this is my bed for tonight. As I said, I'm sleeping this way. Where Bob and I were here, we would be going this way. We do have a furnace, a propane furnace, but it's very noisy, and it also has a fan which pulls down our battery. So we bought a buddy heater, got the door cracked open, and we do have a carbon monoxide detector in here. I will not have this on while I'm sleeping. It's just while I'm in here this evening. So I'm nice and comfortable in here, and that's where I'm going to stay. So I'll say goodnight. It's going to be a quiet evening, glamping in my glamping van. Good morning. Here we are on a rainy morning on Gabriola Island. The rain kept threatening, but then it kept holding off. And we got to have a wonderful day. I had a wonderful day, and I really enjoyed that little adventure of coming over to the Gabriola on the ferry, visiting the beaches, seeing the amazing sandstone rock formations, and then going to see the petroglyphs and coming to this beautiful campsite. So enjoy nature in whatever way you can and live life fully. Until next time, bye for now.